This issue of terror overseas certainly affecting the markets. Yesterday, the Dow fell right at the lows of the session, down 274 points. We saw the losses accelerate after the terror attack in Barcelona. Adam Johnson is the founder and the author of Bullseye Brief. He joins us early this morning to discuss. Adam, what exactly is going on here? What is the biggest factor behind the sell-off that we recently saw?
Admittedly, yesterday, it was the obvious. It was Spain. There are problems here in this country with lack of leadership in the White House. You could argue that Washington is the headless horseman as the White House becomes detached, as the GOP is fractured, and as the Democrats lack their own message. But admittedly, yesterday, it was really all about Washington, or excuse me, all about Spain.
Yeah, but speaking of Washington, it also feels like this week, things in Washington got a little bit more chaotic. You wouldn't.
They did.
Okay, so are you concerned about the Trump agenda at all? Is it still on track?
Admittedly, I'm not sure there is a Trump agenda right now, sadly, and I'm speaking as someone who deploys capital into the markets and has an expectation that we're going to get leadership out of this administration. Admittedly, we have got none. It's very disconcerting, and yet what the markets are keying on more than, admittedly, even Spain, because we're steady on the futures this morning, and certainly more than lack of leadership at the White House, is the fact that we have earnings and employment in this country. That's really the message here. We have earnings growth of 10%. That's accelerating to 12% if you look at the estimates, and we have the most Americans working in 16 years. Earnings and employment, that is the story. It's what markets are keying on long term. The two E's, yes, the two E's.
And as you're speaking, we did just see futures for the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P turn positive, suggesting that maybe investors coming in and trying to buy the dip here. Gold is at a high for the year, Adam. It's at $1,300. First time we've seen $1,300 since November. Investors are nervous.
Investors are nervous. And, it's interesting. If you look at gold, it went down to about $1,200 4 times in the space of, call it, 6 months. And as a matter of fact, I actually wrote to my Bullseye subscribers. I said, when you have to respect price action. When you have something like gold that goes to the same price 4 times and bounces in each case, you probably ought to be buying it. And you're now seeing gold, as you point out, at $1,300. I actually like the junior miners. The ticker on that is GDXJ. And again, it's not about trying to make money because bad things are happening. It's more about trying to position yourself correctly so you don't lose money, because it's very difficult right now, Lauren.
All right. Adam Johnson, good to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.